another video. Today is a very, very, very special episode. As you can see, I am outside. And as you can see, I am in my ranger gear ready to explore. So what we're gonna do today, friends, is explore everything there is to know about plants, their parts, and the life cycle in which a tree grows. So, get your exploring hats on, get your gear ready, because this is going to be an awesome episode. Here we go. Right, friends, first stop is calendar. It is Monday, the 23rd of March. So if today is Monday, what was yesterday? Sunday. What will tomorrow be? Tuesday. Awesome. Now, on with the hunt for flowers. Let me see if I can find one. My friends, we're gonna walk and talk to our first location. So, did you know that without plants, we would not be alive? No animal on this earth could live if we didn't have plants. And I'll tell you why. They provide us with a few very important things. Number one, they make oxygen. Take a deep breath for me. You just breathed in oxygen that a plant made. And we will talk about that when we talk about our parts of the plant. Second thing, let's keep moving. Second thing plants provide us with that is essential to survival is food. You might be saying to yourself, Ranger Cannon, I don't like plants very much. Maybe you don't like vegetables. Maybe you like other types of food. Well, without plants, there would be no chicken to make chicken nuggets. There would be no potatoes to make your fries. There would be no cows to make milk, to make cheese in your pizza. So without plants, you, my friend, would starve. So plants are very, very important to us for a couple of different reasons, as I said. And I am on the hunt to find a plant for us to examine. Let's see if I can find one. We found a flower. Let's take a look. This is the flower part of the flower. It produces seeds. These are the leaves. They take sunlight and chlorophyll and convert CO2, that's the air we breathe out, and water into sugar, the plant's food. And that gives off oxygen. That's what we breathe. Next is the stem. It supports the leaves and transports water and nutrients to the whole plant. And lastly, the roots. The roots are underground, so I drew a picture of them. They're what collect the water and nutrients from the ground. So there you have it. Those are the parts of a flower. I think I found it, guys. So, I think I've got it. Let's take a look at my chart. So, we discovered that the first step in a tree's life cycle is a seed. Now, I was unsuccessful in finding a seed in my area, so we're going to move on to the next step. Step 2 of the tree life cycle is the sprout. Now, as I explore, I'm going to keep my eyes out for a sprout. I don't know of any in the area, but I do know of a seedling, the next step of our tree life cycle. Let's try to find it. Here we go. Here it is. I found a seedling tree. You can see the very tips are trying to start budding, but not yet. So this is what a tree looks like when it's a seedling. All right, explorers, it is time for our next step. Let's take a look. We found our seedling. Now, it is time to find a bud. A small, teeny little speck of a flower, but it has not bloomed yet. Let's go find it. Friends, I found it. I found buds on trees. Let me see if I can get a super zoom. Focus. You can see the little bitty, teeny tiny green buds at the top of these branches. These will eventually bloom and then become leaves. Oh, there's a bunch. So this is what a tree looks like when it's budding. Operation Bud complete. Now we are on the lookout for a blossom. Those buds have bloomed and we are one step closer to becoming a full-grown tree. Let's find some blossoms. All right, friends, I have scaled a tree in search of blooms. Let's see if I can find any. Update, still climbing the tree. No sign of blooms, but look how far off the ground I am. Oh goodness. Remember, if you're gonna climb a tree at home, make sure Mom, Dad, Grandma, Grandpa is near to watch you. All right, let's get back to climbing. Here we go. I spy balloons. Can you see them? Can you see them? Let's get a closer look. All right, friends, I've gone up as high as I dared. But we are very close to the blooms. Let's take a look. Whoa. Blooms as far as the eye can see. Let me see if I can zoom in. Wow, you can see them swaying in the wind. They are open. They are ready to spread their seeds and grow brand new green leaves. How cool is that? It is almost at that next cycle of life. Now the hard part. Getting down. Slow and steady wins that race. Here we go. Did it, friends? We found the blooms. Now for an up-close shot. Here is a beautiful bloom. You can see there's a bud right behind it, but inside you can see where the new seeds are being made. See those little bitty tiny things? That's why flowers bloom, so their seeds can spread and even more trees can grow. Awesome. Wham! Operation Blossom complete. Last step. We need to find a tree where those blossoms have become leaves, right on its way to being full grown. So I'm gonna try to find a tree in our area that has leaves just after they have blossomed. Let's go. friends, I found a tree in transition between blooming and having full-grown leaves. Take a look. You can see some of the green leaves, but look at this branch. Let me pull a little closer. Do you see how some of the buds are still there, but some of the green leaves have started to grow? This is almost to a full-grown, ready for spring/summer tree. All right, guys, I think I finally found a tree that it's in the last full-grown leaves, ready for summer stage. Look! No more buds. All the leaves are bright and green and full. Let's take a closer look. Whoa, nice and green. No more budding. It is ready for summer. Success! We have completed our tree life cycle. Seed, turn to sprout, turn to seedling. That seedling buds, those buds bloom, become leaves, and then it is full grown. Awesome job, friends. Good work today. We did it, friends. We made it through the parts of a flower and the life cycle of a tree. Awesome job. Now the last part, just like we do every day. Gonna read a chapter out of our Magic Treehouse book. So let's see where we left off. So on Friday, we had just gotten to the part that said that they had found a library full of scrolls, and they were gonna have to search through the entire thing to find the one they were looking for. So let's see what happens in chapter 6. It's titled "The End is Here." Let's see what happens. Jack threw open the door to the room of scrolls. He and Annie rushed in and ran over to the shelves. Jack pulled out the piece of paper with the Latin title written on it. "Okay," he said, "we have to find a scroll with this title." They began frantically unrolling scrolls one by one. They were all handwritten in Latin. "Here it is," said Annie. She held up a scroll. The words at the top matched the one on their paper. "Yay!" said Jack. "I wish I could read Latin so we could find out what the story is." "Don't think about it now," said Annie. "Let's go." Annie handed the scroll to Jack, then started out of the room. "Come on," she said. "Bring it." "I just want to check and see what the story's about," said Jack. He put the scroll in the leather bag. Then he flipped through the book on Roman times, looking for a picture of the ancient scroll. In the middle of the book, he found a picture of a volcano erupting over a town. Under the picture was written, "For 800 years, Mount Vesuvius was a peaceful mountain, rising above the town of Pompeii. Then, at noon, on August 24th, AD 79, it erupted into a deadly volcano." "Uh-oh," whispered Jack. "August 24th, AD 79? That's today! Oh man, what time is it?" He looked around wildly. "Annie?" But she was gone again. "Annie!" Jack grabbed the leather bag, then clutching the book, he tore out of the scroll room. "Annie!" he cried. "What?" Annie appeared at the door to the dining room. "Volcano!" stuttered Jack. "What?" said Annie. It's coming! A volcano! At noon!" said Jack. Annie gasped. "What time is it?" cried Jack. "So that's what that woman meant," Annie said. "The end is near." "What time is it?" Jack asked again. He looked around the garden. He saw something near the mermaid fountain. "A sundial," he said. "That's how Romans told time." Jack and Annie raced to the sundial. "What time does it say?" said Annie. "I don't know," said Jack. His hand shook as he turned the pages of the book. He stopped on a picture of a sundial. It showed examples of different times. Jack looked back and forth from the page to the real sundial in the garden. "Here," he said. He had found the one that matched. Jack read the writing under the picture. The shadow on a sundial can hardly be seen at noon. Oh man, he whispered. He looked at Annie. The end isn't near. The end is here. And just then he heard a terrible blast. It was the loudest sound he had ever heard. Was it the volcano erupting? We'll have to find out tomorrow, because that's the end of our chapter. All right, good work today, friends. Ranger Cannon, signing off.